Something I was saying, thinking about the other day, staying on all of this gang culture and all that stuff. And listen, this is just my sentiments, you know. Like I said, maybe I'm getting like bitter and over it, you know what I'm saying? So this is based off of a post from Hitter J3, okay? He said, if it's a nigga time to go, then it's that time to go. God call anyone home. Don't question and don't blame the West Coast. Niggas been killing each other before me, and all you spectators were born, right? So then I jumped in because Kidda J3, known blood over there in Los Angeles, right? I said, y'all help to spread the most destructive culture across North America. Own it. There's people all the way up here blooded and crippin'. Gang culture is a cancer to society.
Okay, I want to say something though.
He did own it.
But weren't the Bloods and Crips like? Wasn't that started on like a positive kind of communal entity?
And then it freaking mutated into something so disgusting at this point now. That like LA, they're killing each other, and now we have all over the freaking country, bro. I eat that thing.
But what always happens to positive black infrastructures is that the powers that be meddle, they taint it. You know what I mean? They insert a snake in there, and then it just goes to destruction. You know what I mean? So yes, where it is now, Bloods and Crips is very destructive to black people, even hip hop as well.
Yeah,
where it is now, it is very destructive to black people. But its origins and the reason why it was started was positive. You know?
Yeah, it was retaliation against racism and stuff like that was going on in Los Angeles. But like, I just feel like, and this is not new. Like Crips and Blood started spreading to Toronto and New York and all that from like back in the 90s. But it's the wrong thing to spread, bro. Like, it's just like, I don't know. There's way better, more positive things that can come out of a city, bro.
But would you say it spread like? It's not like they were doing outreach on the street. Like, yo, have you heard the Bloods? Have you heard the Bloods? Like,
no, a couple did come over here
and they
certified it here.
Yeah.
Same thing in New York,
but
too.
But I also feel like there's like a natural element where like people were infatuated by gang culture and the imagery and like the style and everything. So like, I don't think it was directly spread as much as it was spread through influence, like almost secondhand, you know? Like
yeah. They didn't go every single state and every city to be like, hey, you know, become a Crip or whatever.
It depends where you're from, right? Because like, okay, a lot of people's grandmothers were Crips, bro. And then their dad was a Crip, their mom's a Crip. That, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the American culture, it gets more passed down, especially in LA, right? Here now, it's adopted.
It's a choice too. I feel like every man can choose.
It's adopted because there's a time in certain areas of Toronto, like Rexdale. You know what I mean?
That was all Crip.
Not until you go a little bit down Finch to Islington. And now you're gone into Ardwick and then place there. Blood. That's
Ardwick Bloods.
That's only a one intersection.
Yeah. Dixon
down the street. Another intersection down the street. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? The blood's all over that. Walking around, you know?
But those are choice Bloods.
But then it just became your neighborhood.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
Because if you're from the towns, what? You're going to start walking around with a red bandana tomorrow morning? Wake up and try to walk around there?
No, I'm going to have no bandana.
You're going to have either no bandana, but you're still from a what? A Crip hood.
Yeah.
You're still considered a guy. Like, you know.
So now we do have generations of Crips and Bloods over here now. That's bad, bro. Like, come on, man. I'm not saying we should have our own shit, that we shouldn't have no gangs, period. But like, we went and took what these guys made back in the like the 80s, and now it's in our culture, 60s. Or 70s or whatever, 60s and 70s. My bad. Yeah. And now it's been around here, so we follow fashion so long that now it's part of our culture. That's not cool, bro.
But you know what I'll say, bro? Like, I think this is more of like a human thing because, bro, there's Chinese mafias, there's Italian mobs, there's like all these, like, we already have gangs here. It's just like a lot of times it's based on ethnicity. Whereas like Bloods and Crips, it's like, you could say it's predominantly black or whatever, but like there's Latinos, there's whites, there's Asians. So it's like, it's the same thing. It's just more it's just more like direct, where it's like we're Bloods, we're Crips. But like if you meet like these mobs and stuff, it's just like they're from a family or like they're from, yeah, exactly. They're just affiliated with other people from their ethnicity.
And like you just said, you have to be you can't just be, you'll be a rare person, because I have seen some white youths that were part of like Chinese gangs or whatever, but like it was like, we brought you in. You can't just be here.
And you're still not on the same level as like a local Chinese gang member.
Yes.
I was going to say, a lot of it has to do with representation in the sense of like in the media, like, yeah, there's mobster movies and stuff, but like majority of black media is like gangster images. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, they kind of had shows that did glorify like doctors and lawyers and stuff.
Yeah.
And like even like just hardworking black people, but like not so much anymore. Not so much just in general, It's always been propaganda of like, oh, if you want to be a legal black person, you want to rap or do basketball. If you want to be an illegal black person, then just do some gang. That's the only way you're going to make it out the hood.
Yeah. I think the positive black media, like LGBTQ kind of like infiltrated that type of content. So it's like, it's not the same as like we were talking about earlier, My Wife and Kids, a smart guy. Like
Cosby Show.
Yeah.
I as you're right, when it comes to the like that side of things, you're actually right, man. It works.
Now, because like the what is it, television programming? You know what I mean? Like they're programming you with the vision. Like it gets.
They're telling a vision.
You know,
but like yesterday, I was around a couple old men, right, older than us, right, way older than us, reaching about their 80s, 70s, in between, and I could see why even the Jamaican community, why a lot of Jamaicans stuck together, because I was overhearing these older men, like my father and stuff, and they're like, bro, we used to have to stick together because there was a time like, other people would come around and just be like, you know what I mean, bro, and they'd have to whoop ass. So when I seen like Crips and Bloods were started in the 60s and those times, 50s, right? They used to have a lot of gangs too. White gangs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that was just a combat.
That was to hold down your community, bro. Imagine, bro, people were throwing literally cocktail bombs in your house just over 60 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
As a black person, you know what I'm trying to say? So I think a lot of times when we started making these gangs is because, there was already gangs before our gang.
Facts.
And ganging up on us. You know what I'm saying? We're getting lynched. We're getting houses burnt on fire. Weren't allowed in certain schools. What the hell? You need something to cause some intimidation, because we were being intimidated.
To protect your community.
You had to.
And now it's destroying us.
Now it destroyed it. But
that's where the co-op comes in.
That's where they set it up on us, right? You said they throw a snake in there. If we're not cutting the grass, what happens?
Even Black Wall Street, they all burn it down twice.
They burn it down twice, right? Because they're like, okay, if these guys start getting money, either their gangs start getting more bigger, or they start fixing shit. You know what I'm saying? So
they start fixing their community.
Yeah.
But that's not why they bombed it the first time, right? That's because Sally Page, that girl, and there's a guy in the elevator.
No,
that was in Tulsa, right?
You're thinking of the Black Wall Street.
Yeah, Black Wall Street. Yeah. But what I will say is there was a point in Black Wall Street where, because the black community was doing so good and the money was circulating, they didn't even care about the segregation. They didn't even care about the fact they couldn't go to these whites-only restaurants.
Someone told me before, it was better. My grandmother comes from those times. Okay? She's still alive right now. It was better for them to actually be segregated.
Yeah.
Because
I think to an extent it is.
The dollar is circulating in the community.
Yes, it was.
We're getting married within the community. We're sharing resources within the community.
Our food was different from the other communities. That was what we were making us live longer.
Yeah.
Before, bro, my grandfather lived till 101 years of age, bro. Didn't die till like 2000 and something. You know what I'm saying, dude? Because he was trained to eat different food from
his own community.
Not to say it in a rude way, but the white community. The processed stuff, like we're eating a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? After the slavery, when we started getting more money and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's all in everything that it goes in that way.
That's even where the watermelon stereotype came from, because black people were growing, like they were making money off watermelons and stuff, and then like to ridicule them and like create this imagery.
Stop doing it, because what it did is it
made them shy to like eat.
The benefits of watermelon in a black person is different from the benefits in in a white person. I'm
For
telling you
real?
the truth. Yeah.
I just had watermelon this morning.
Yeah, well, good. It might turn you black.
I love watermelon, though. I can't
Be
lie.
late.
Well, listen, man.
It is my favorite fruit.
I didn't want to offend any of, like, because I know some people who are like gang members and stuff like that.
Damn right.
It's no offense, but I just feel like it's just been something that wasn't the best through the culture. But salute to the gang members. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.